I knew I was going to be playing a basement tonight, so I changed shirts before I left the house, which that was a waste of time. I've seen me. I can effectively pull off 3 looks. Right now I'm in the middle of a range that I like to call, I'm going to need to see some ID. If I dress down from here a little bit, I look like maybe I'm here to install something. Possibly give you an estimate on some high efficiency windows. If I dress all the way up to like suit and tie, I look as though maybe I'm here to assassinate a politician, which I'm not that likely to do in all fairness. Or as though possibly I'm here to prevent a politician from being assassinated, which I'm damn sure not going to do. I bought some tickets to see this motivational speaker, and I was going to go and make a plan and get my life together and be somebody. Stop screwing up. And I overslept. Whoever thought of scheduling a motivational seminar for 8 o'clock in the morning does not understand their target demographic. That's not an 8 a.m. crowd. That's kind of a 3 p.m. crowd. You should probably meet at a liquor store. Even still, I'm working on a self-help book for people with poor depth perception. It's called How to Avoid Getting Hit in the Face. It's a pop-up book. So you better learn fast. Had to get an MRI. That's never good news, because it's not like doctors are looking at your back going, we think there's gold in there. It's never that. It's always something bad. And then when I went to get the MRI, I got stuck in the tube. That gasp is the correct sound to make. I got there and they put me on a rolly cart kind of thing. If you've never had an MRI, they put you on a rolly cart kind of thing and then pass you through a giant electromagnet and scan the fabric of your being. And they put me on a rolly cart thing and they had me put my hands down in front of me and roll my shoulders in like this, as though at some point during the scan there might be a penalty kick. There wasn't. They put me on a little cart and they started rolling me back into the tube, and they were rolling me back until I went, and then someone outside the tube went, huh. And then they tried to back me out of the tube. Then they tried to put me in a little bit further. Then they tried to back me out. Then they tried to put me in a little bit further. Then they tried to back me out. Then they tried to put me in a little bit further. Then they tried to... You'll see a pattern forming here. After a couple of minutes, someone in the booth came on the speaker above my face, and they're like, could you roll your shoulders in a little bit farther? We need to get you farther back in the tube for this part of the scan. No. This is as small as I can be right now. Before they put me in that tube, they gave me a questionnaire. And one of the questions on that questionnaire was, do you have claustrophobia? Well, let's unpack that. A phobia, by definition, is an irrational fear. Claustrophobia is an irrational fear of enclosed spaces. I don't have an irrational fear of enclosed spaces. I do, however, have a perfectly well-founded fear of being stuck in a tube that you can't seem to get me out of. And every time I inhale, I hear the walls of that tube creak. I got impatient with them. First off, I can't possibly be the largest guy that they've got to scan. I get it. I've seen me. I could drop a few pounds. I'm working on it. Lay off. But honestly, I don't think this machine is the right. So maybe this machine was supposed to go to a pediatric hospital in the Philippines. And then I got kind of irritated with the guy because I'm like, look, you sit in an office chair 30 feet from the end of that pipe. You look down it all day, every day. You have a pretty good idea how big that pipe is. You saw me walk through the door. See something, say something. And then I was like, look, you guys are medical professionals. I don't want to tell you how to do your job. You don't want me to tell you how to do your job. I don't want to walk in here and go, look, if you want me in that thing, you're going to have to butter me. I don't want to say it, and you don't want to hear it. I don't want to say it because last time I said those words, that's how I got thrown off the bus. On top of all that, it's not that complicated. The airport has this figured out already. Inside the airport, there's a box. If your bag fits in the box, your bag's going to fit in the overhead compartment. You just put a little stunt pipe out in the lobby of the hospital, and if you can Shawshank your way through that pipe, everything's going to be okay.